Welcome to Practical Online Language School.
You are about to take a complete TOEFL Ibt mock test.
Designed to help you prepare for the official TOEFL examination. This practice test closely follows the structure, timing, and question types that you will encounter on the real exam. It is intended to help you improve your listening comprehension, reading skills, and time management. For the best experience, find a quiet place where you will not be interrupted. Use headphones if possible, and avoid pausing the audio once the test begins. Complete each section under realistic testing conditions.
Reading section. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete Module 1. You can use next and back to move to the next question, or return to previous questions within the same module. In an actual test, you will not be able to return to Module 1 once you have begun Module 2.
Ready? Let's begin. Reading, Module 2. Listening section. In the listening section, you will answer up to 47 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. Listen and choose a response and conversen. Listen to announcements and academic talks. You will not be able to return to previous questions.
Module 1.
Did you remember to submit the research proposal before noon? Why are so many students waiting outside the lecture hall? I heard the professor extended the assignment deadline. Could you explain the last part of the presentation again? Where should we meet before going to the Science Museum?
When does registration for next semester begin? I'm not sure whether I should take biology or chemistry next semester. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Listen to a conversation. Conversation 1. Hi, David. Are you still planning to meet with Professor Carter this afternoon?
I was, but I just received an email saying she has to attend an unexpected faculty meeting.
Oh, did she cancel your appointment?
Not exactly. She asked if we could meet tomorrow morning instead.
That actually gives you more time to finish your project draft.
You're right. I'll make a few more improvements before we meet.
Conversation 2. Excuse me, I'm looking for the Language Resource Center. Is it still on the 2nd floor?
It used to be, but it moved to the new academic building last semester.
Oh, I must have looked at an old campus map.
Probably. If you're going there to borrow pronunciation software, you should go before 5 because they close early on Fridays.
Good thing you told me. I'll head there now instead of after my next class.
Listen to an announcement. Attention, students. Due to scheduled maintenance, the practice school library will close today at 6 p.m., 2 hours earlier than usual. If you need to return borrowed materials, please use the automated return box located next to the main entrance. The library will reopen tomorrow morning at its regular time of 8 a.m. Thank you for your cooperation.
Listen to an academic talk. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to discuss an interesting discovery about coral reefs. For many years, scientists believed that coral reefs could only survive in warm, shallow water where sunlight was abundant. Sunlight is important because tiny algae living inside the coral use it to produce energy through photosynthesis. However, recent underwater explorations have changed our understanding. Researchers have discovered healthy coral communities growing at much greater depths than expected, sometimes more than 100 meters below the surface. Since very little sunlight reaches these areas, scientists wanted to know how these corals survive. Their studies suggest that deep-water corals rely less on algae and more on capturing tiny organisms and organic particles floating in the water. This means they have developed a different strategy for obtaining energy. These discoveries are important because deep coral ecosystems may help protect marine biodiversity. They could also provide valuable information about how some coral species might survive rising ocean temperatures caused by climate change. Although these deeper reefs are not completely protected from environmental threats, they may be more resilient than scientists once believed.
Module 2. 1. Didn't you already reserve a study room for tomorrow? 2. How did your presentation go this morning? 3. Would you mind closing the window? It's getting a little chilly in here. 4. I thought the chemistry lab started at 2, not 1:30.
'Have you decided which elective you're going to take next semester? 6. Why didn't you answer my email yesterday? 7. If the bus is delayed again, we'll probably miss the orientation. 8. Do you think it's worth attending the review session even if we've already read the chapter?
Listen to a conversation. Hi, Ethan. I noticed you weren't in Professor Meyer's seminar this morning.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home. Did I miss anything important?
Actually, yes. The professor assigned our research partners and moved the presentation date up by a week.
Seriously? I thought presentations were scheduled for the end of the month.
That was the original plan, but she said the conference room won't be available then.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll email her this afternoon to find out who my partner is.
Listen to an announcement. Attention, students. This is a reminder that the annual Student Research Fair will take place this Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the University Conference Center. Visitors will have the opportunity to attend short presentations, explore interactive exhibits, and speak directly with student researchers. If you plan to participate as a presenter, please arrive at least 30 minutes before the event begins to complete your registration. Additional parking will be available behind the Science Building throughout the event.
Listen to a talk in a geography class. Today, I'd like to discuss why some ancient cities developed into major trade centers, while others gradually disappeared. Although geography certainly played a significant role, location alone was rarely enough to guarantee long-term success. Cities situated near rivers or coastlines benefited from easier transportation, but they also needed political stability and effective leadership to attract merchants from distant regions. An excellent example is the city of Venice. Its strategic position on the Adriatic Sea gave merchants access to both European and Asian markets. However, historians argue that Venice prospered not simply because of its location, but because its government established reliable commercial laws that encouraged international trade. This reminds us that geography creates opportunities, but human decisions often determine whether those opportunities are fully realized.
Writing section. In the writing section, you will answer up to 12 questions to demonstrate how well you can write in English. There are 3 types of tasks: build sentences or questions, write an email, and write for an academic discussion. Write an email.
Write for an academic discussion. A professor has posted a question about a topic and students have responded with their thoughts and ideas. Make a contribution to the discussion. You will have 10 minutes to write. Pause the video only to read the instructions. Speaking section. In the speaking section, you will answer up to 11 questions to demonstrate how well you can speak English. There are two types of tasks: listen and repeat. Listen and repeat what you hear and take an interview. Listen and repeat after the sound. No time for preparation will be provided.
Do you know where the lecture hall is? Please bring a piece of paper and ink to take notes. Please take your seats because the lecture is about to begin. The professor explained that small environmental changes can produce significant long-term consequences. Today's lecture focuses on the effects of climate change on coastal cities. Remember to write down the main ideas instead of copying every sentence. Before next week's lecture, please review the assigned article and prepare 2 questions for discussion.
Take an interview. An interviewer will ask you questions. Answer the questions and be sure to say as much as you can in the time allowed. No time for preparation will be provided.
You have volunteered for a research study about commuting habits. You will have a short online interview with a researcher. The researcher will ask you some questions. Please answer the interviewer's questions. Thank you for joining the study. Today, I'd like to ask you some questions about your commuting habits. First, is it important to live close to your school or work? Why? I see. Imagine that you could choose to commute by car, which is faster but more expensive, or by public transportation, which is slower but less expensive. Which would you choose and why? Some people believe that commuting can be stressful and tiring. What do you think are 1 or 2 different ways to make commuting more enjoyable? Give reasons for your answer. Good points. Lastly, considering advances in technology, some people believe that commuting might disappear entirely. How do you think a severe decline in commuting might affect businesses in positive ways and negative ways? Please give one example of each.
This is the end of the TOEFL test. Let's move on to the answer key.